All right, so we're diving headfirst into some nifty noon NFT newsletter archives for this deep dive.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so we've got their Substack pulled up here with entries from March 10th to the 14th, 2025.
Interesting.
Yeah, this was when there were a bunch of fascinating market shifts happening, so hopefully we can kind of unpack all of that.
Yeah, let's see what we can make of it.
Okay, so let's go through them chronologically.
Right.
We'll mention the title of each one, the date, and give kind of a quick summary before we
Okay.
really, dive into all the details.
Makes sense.
So first up, March 10th, 2025, nifty noon,
Mm.
was the first White House crypto summit a disappointment.
Mm.
This one dives into the U.S. government finally getting involved with crypto,
That was huge.
really focusing on stable coins and remittances, stuff like that.
Right.
What that could mean for the future.
But it definitely signaled a shift in their stance,
Yeah.
for sure.
And the potential of stablecoins for stuff like decentralized remittance especially shows they're starting to see crypto as a legitimate part of the financial landscape.
I think so, yeah.
But Nifty Noon did point out that some people were disappointed about the lack of capital gains tax exemptions.
Right, yeah, I can see that.
We'll see if that's addressed in a future summit, I guess.
Hopefully so.
Now, speaking of big moves, remember Coinbase also decided to launch its tokenized stock
Oh, yeah.
on Base around this time too?
Yeah, the timing was, interesting, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Coinbase moving in, that's a pretty clear sign of how traditional finance and crypto are starting to blend.
Yeah.
I mean, tokenized stocks, that could be a total game changer,
Yeah.
opening up so many new ways to invest and trade.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this.
What?
During the summit, Jason Calacanis suggested a crypto transaction tax
Oh, wow.
to fund a Bitcoin strategic reserve.
You're kidding.
I know.
Wow.
And of course, David Sachs immediately argued against it.
Ah, yeah, the classic crypto tax debate, right?
Oh, yeah.
That little exchange perfectly illustrates the different opinions you find in the crypto community.
Yeah.
Such strong advocates on all sides, it makes for some great conversations.
It keeps things lively, that's for sure.
Lively, for sure.
Oh, and to top it all off, this was when those Nucleus marketplace wallets woke up after 9 years.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about it.
And transferred like $77.5 million in Bitcoin.
I love that stuff. Such a good twist.
It's like a real-life crypto cold case.
It reminds us that even in this digital world, there are still mysteries to be solved.
For sure, yeah.
Speaking of twists and turns, March 11th,
Oh, yeah.
nifty noon. Is the crypto bull market over?
That one was a little scary.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Bitcoin and Ethereum prices, they took a pretty big hit.
Dropped significantly.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just crypto. The S&P 500 was down, too.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Nifty Noon even suggested that those Trump tariffs could be a factor,
Interesting.
maybe pushing us toward recession and inflation.
Well, it's all connected, right?
Right.
The crypto market's not in its own little bubble. Things like tariffs, global economics, it all has an effect.
Yeah, for sure.
It can shake investor confidence pretty easily,
Right, makes sense.
leading to those big dips we saw.
And speaking of interconnectedness, Nifty Noon also mentioned that the Ethereum Foundation had that massive ETH-long position.
Oh, yeah, $182 million.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I know. With a liquidation price of, get this, $1,127.
I remember. What a gamble that was.
I know.
Shows their faith in ETH, but also just how risky that market is.
Right.
It's so volatile.
So volatile. Oh, my gosh. And then you had Cathie Wood.
Oh, Cathie Wood, always so optimistic.
Yeah, still super bullish on ETH.
Right.
While Ethereum Joseph was being way more cautious.
It's a classic crypto tug of war, isn't it?
Yeah.
Optimism versus skepticism.
It is.
Kathy's looking at the long game, the potential of blockchain, and Joseph's focused on the risks we're facing right now.
Makes sense.
Both sides have good points. Really?
Okay, and then just to add to all of the chaos, Matt Gox decided to move $930 million worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, right.
What were they thinking?
Anytime a holder that big makes a move, it's going to cause ripples.
Oh, sure.
The market was on edge already.
Yeah.
It just shows how much this market is constantly changing.
Oh my gosh, it really does.
Okay.
Okay, ready for something a little different?
Okay.
March 12th, nifty noon. Can Taproot Wizards save ordinals?
Taproot Wizards.
This was about a really hyped up NFT mint on Bitcoin Ordinals.
I remember.
But there was a catch.
Yeah.
A hefty price tag.
Oh, okay.
0.2 BTC for community members.
Wow.
0.1 BTC for quantum cat holders.
It's pretty steep.
Especially since, the NFT market, especially for ordinals, was like tanking.
Right, right.
It felt really risky,
Yeah.
to say the least.
They were definitely buzzy.
Yeah.
They had that really unique approach with the allow list.
Right, involving those community quests.
Right, and the quantum cat holders.
Yeah.
Trying to get the community engaged.
Yeah, but that mint price, I don't know.
Bold move, for sure.
Yeah.
Some thought it was a cash grab. Others thought it showed, faith in the project.
Yeah.
Naturally, quantum cats took a bit of a hit after that announcement.
Yeah.
Dropped from 0.2 to 0.15 BTC.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a reminder of just how volatile NFT prices can be.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially tied to specific events like that.
Right.
So the question is, could they actually save ordinals? Or would it just suck out all the liquidity from other projects?
That was the big question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a gamble, that's for sure.
A gamble for sure. Okay, we're going to move on to March 13th.
Okay.
This was nifty noon. What happened with the Hyperliquid ETH heist?
Oh, right.
This is all about DeFi drama.
Oh, DeFi drama. I love it.
So we've got this whale trader who figured out how to play the system and got away with $4 million.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Sounds like a wild ride.
So it all started when they opened a $10 million ETH long position. Okay. And then leveraged it up to $271 million.
Wow.
Instead of selling on the open market and causing the price to crash,
Right.
they did something really clever.
What did they do?
They withdrew enough collateral to force Hyperliquid to liquidate their position.
Oh, wow. I see.
So they basically exited their position without actually affecting the ETH price directly.
Smart, but also kind of messed up.
It really is. And there's even speculation that they had a short position open somewhere else.
Oh, so they profited from the price drop they caused.
Exactly. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Wow. That's a whole other level.
It is.
It wasn't an exploit exactly,
Right.
but definitely made everyone think about manipulation in these DeFi platforms,
For sure.
especially as they get bigger and bigger and are handling more and more money.
Hyperliquid said it was just how their liquidity mechanics worked, but I don't know.
It definitely made them make changes to stop it from happening again.
Yeah, which is something, at least.
That's true.
Okay, ready for the final Nifty Noon entry?
Let's hear it.
March 14th. Nifty Noon. Does Donald Trump want to buy your Bitcoin for cheap?
Oh, wow.
Now, I know that sounds a little crazy,
Yeah.
but it kind of connects to something we've been seeing a lot of recently.
What's that?
Institutional players coming into crypto.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These rumors about the Trump administration wanting to buy Bitcoin, even if they weren't confirmed,
Right.
it's still interesting because it shows that bigger players are starting to pay attention.
Yeah.
We've got, BlackRock buying Bitcoin.
Right.
Governments thinking about crypto investments.
Absolutely. Bitcoin's moving away from that shady image it had
Right.
and becoming a legitimate investment.
Yeah.
All that institutional money coming in is a big reason the price has gone up.
It really is. And don't forget about Donald Trump's project buying $100 K worth of SEI.
Right.
It's not a huge amount, but it shows that this is going mainstream.
Yeah, even former presidents getting involved.
Yeah. So it seems like everyone's trying to get in on the action these days. So there you have it. 5 days of nifty noon updates and a whole lot of crypto craziness to think about.
Yeah, we went from government summits and market crashes to whale games and institutional buying sprees.
It's been quite a ride through the Nifty Noon archives.
What a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Really is. So welcome back to our Nifty Noon deep dive.
Back again, and we've got a lot more to dig into. It's time to, really unpack the nuances of these stories and see what we can learn.
Definitely, let's dive a bit deeper and explore the potential ripple effects of these events.
Okay, so let's rewind to that White House Crypto Summit on March 10th. What stood out to you about that? It's kind of a big deal, the U.S. government finally acknowledging crypto's potential.
Yeah, for sure. It was symbolic. Even though there weren't immediate changes you could see, it did signal a shift.
Yeah.
They're moving away from just being skeptical and actually seeing how crypto could be good, especially for stuff like stablecoins and remittances.
Yeah. Nifty Noon emphasized those stablecoin regulations as a potential game changer. Why is that so important?
Well, stablecoins, the name kind of gives it away, but they're supposed to be stable. And that's always been a problem for getting people to really use crypto. If the U.S. government makes clear rules, that could boost confidence. And then maybe people would feel comfortable using stablecoins for everyday stuff, payments, even sending money internationally. The possibilities are huge.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture now. It's not just about the summit, but how it could change the whole crypto landscape down the road.
Exactly, setting the stage for growth and innovation. And yeah, some people were disappointed about the lack of capital gains tax exemptions, but hey, this was just the first step. Give it time.
It's true, Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither is a crypto regulatory framework.
Right.
I have to say, that little exchange between Jason Calacanis and David Sachs was pure gold. One proposing a crypto transaction tax, the other immediately shutting it down. Even the crypto community can't seem to agree on something as basic as taxes.
It's what makes it so interesting. So many passionate people, such strong opinions. It leads to amazing discussions, but also shows how hard it is to get everyone on the same page in such a decentralized environment.
That's a good point. Okay, so let's talk about that market downturn on March 11th. Bitcoin and Ethereum prices plummeted, the S&P 500 was down, and there were those Trump tariffs on top of it all.
Nifty Noon made it sound pretty bad. Was all that recession fear justified?
Well, trying to predict the future is a tough business, especially with finance. The downturn was definitely a concern, but ups and downs are just part of crypto. The S&P 500 being down did point to a wider economic slowdown, and those tariffs definitely didn't make investors feel any better. It was just bad news all around.
So there's a bunch of things coming together, both inside and outside of crypto, that led to that dip.
Exactly. Crypto isn't isolated. It's affected by the global economy, politics, even just general feelings. The question is whether it was a blip or the start of a real bear market. Guess we'll have to wait and see. What about the Ethereum Foundation's ETH long position? Nifty Noon mentioned their liquidation price was pretty low, and that just added to the stress of it all.
It was a huge risk, especially with how volatile the market is. It showed they believed in ETH, but it also meant they could lose a lot if the price dropped too far. Even the most influential players have to deal with market forces.
Makes you wonder if they know what's going to happen any more than we do. Nifty Noon also highlighted those different views from Cathie Wood and Ethereum Joseph, one being super bullish and the other more cautious. It's hard to know who to believe.
It's not about being right or wrong, it's about different perspectives. Cathie Wood's all about the long game. She thinks blockchain will change everything. So these short-term price changes don't really matter to her. It's all about the long-term growth.
So she's looking at the big picture, not getting caught up in the day-to-day.
Right. Now, Ethereum Joseph, he's all about being careful, highlighting the risks and unknowns in the market. He's big on research, risk management, really understanding the tech and the market dynamics.
Good reminder that there's no one right way to approach crypto. It's about figuring out your own risk tolerance and what you want to achieve.
For sure. Crypto's not for everyone, that's for sure. You got to be informed to make good decisions. And let's not forget that Mt. Gox news, that was a bombshell.
Nearly $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on the move. It's like a blast from the past.
Reminds us of those early Wild West days of crypto and the risks of exchanges in custody. Anytime someone that big moves Bitcoin, it's going to make people wonder. And it could affect the price.
It's crazy to think that even in such a fast-paced world like crypto, the past can still have a huge impact. Okay, let's talk about something a bit more positive. Nifty Noon's March 12th entry, Nifty Noon, Can Taproot Wizards Save Ordinals? It focused on that NFT mint on Bitcoin Ordinals, and I have to admit, I was interested in their approach.
Taproot Wizards, they were something else. That allow-less system with the community quests and quantum cat holders was really unique. Rewarding people for being active in the community was a cool idea.
That high mint price, though, 0.2 BTC for community members and 0.1 BTC for quantum cat holders. It was bold, to say the least, especially with the NFT market, particularly for ordinals, doing so badly.
A gamble, for sure. Some saw it as confidence in the project, others as a way to make a quick buck while the market was down. And of course, the price of quantum cats dropped after that announcement, going from 0.2 BTC to 0.15 BTC.
It's a hard lesson about how risky NFT investing can be, especially when the value is tied to specific projects and events, hype, market sentiment. A single mint can change everything.
So important to do your research and understand the risks before jumping into any NFT project, especially during a downturn.
So back to the big question. Can Taproot Wizards really revive ordinals? Did it work, or did they just take liquidity from other projects?
It's hard to say for sure. They did pump a lot of money into ordinals, got people talking, and brought in new people. But that price might have scared some away, and who knows what that drop in quantum cat prices did to other projects.
Yeah, it's complicated, no easy answers there. Only time will tell what the impact really was. Let's shift gears to Nifty Noon. What happened with the Hyperliquid ETH heist? This story really shows how DeFi can be innovative, but also vulnerable to people who want to manipulate it.
The Hyperliquid incident was a real eye-opener for DeFi. Showed how smart traders can find ways to take advantage of weaknesses in smart contracts and how these platforms work. They didn't actually hack anything, but they definitely gamed the system.
Break it down for our listeners. This whale opens a $10 million ETH long position and then leverages it up to a massive $271 million. That's crazy enough on its own.
Leverage is a powerful tool, but it can be dangerous. You can get bigger gains, but your losses are bigger too. The whale used leverage to create a huge position that let them manipulate the Hyperliquid platform.
And instead of selling and crashing the price, they pull this clever move, withdrawing enough collateral to force Hyperliquid to liquidate their position.
They basically found a loophole. By withdrawing their collateral in a specific way, they made the platform take over their long position and absorb any losses. Really clever, but not exactly ethical.
And the rumors are that they opened a short position elsewhere, so they made money from the price drop they caused. Pretty ruthless.
That's where it gets messy. Profiting from manipulating the price raises some serious questions about fairness and market integrity. It shows why we need strong risk management and maybe even regulations to stop this kind of thing.
So Hyperliquid said this wasn't an exploit, just how their system works. But they still change things to try to prevent it from happening again. Even the best systems have weaknesses, right?
Right. DeFi is about transparency and decentralization, but it's still vulnerable to human cleverness. The Hyperliquid incident shows the need for constant innovation, making sure things are secure, and maybe even having the community govern these platforms to reduce risks.
Okay, let's finish with that last Nifty Noon entry from March 14th, Nifty Noon. Does Donald Trump want to buy your Bitcoin for cheap? This brings us back to that theme we've been seeing, institutions getting involved in crypto.
Those rumors about Trump and Bitcoin, even though they weren't proven true, they point to something bigger. Institutions are realizing Bitcoin is a real asset class.
Nifty Noon mentioned BlackRock investing in Bitcoin, and we're seeing governments looking into it too. It seems like Bitcoin's leaving its bad reputation behind and becoming a mainstream investment.
Definitely. And all that institutional money is a big reason why the price has gone up and why people are taking it more seriously. These institutions aren't just following hype. They see Bitcoin as a way to protect themselves from inflation, a store of value, and even a strategic asset.
And then there's that Donald Trump project, buying a $100 K of SEI. Not a huge amount, but still, it's symbolic.
It shows how crypto is breaking into the mainstream, attracting all sorts of investors, from big financial firms to former presidents.
Everyone wants a piece of the pie. Even though the market didn't go crazy over those Trump rumors, it's still significant. It shows that Bitcoin is changing from this fringe thing to a potential mainstream investment, and that has big implications for the future.
Absolutely. A total shift in how people see Bitcoin. It's a paradigm shift. Really fascinated to see it happen.
We've covered so much already, from government summits and market crashes to whale traders and institutions buying in. The crypto world never stops moving.
Dynamic, always changing, full of surprises and challenges. That's what makes it so exciting.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our Nifty Noon deep dive. We've gone through 5 days of NFT market insights, and it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, we've seen it all, governments getting involved, crazy market swings, those whale games, and of course the rise of the institutions. It's a lot to take in.
It really is. It feels like we've only scratched the surface. But before we get lost in all the crypto chaos, maybe we should step back and look at the bigger picture. What are the key takeaways from these Nifty Noon entries? What does it all mean for the future of NFTs and crypto as a whole?
Well, one thing that really jumps out is how much stuff outside of crypto is affecting it now. We're not just talking about what's happening within the crypto world anymore. Governments, big investors, even global economic trends are all playing a part.
So crypto's kind of breaking out of its bubble and bumping into the real world, I guess, for better or worse.
Exactly. The White House Crypto Summit, that was a perfect example. The U.S. government is finally recognizing crypto's potential, even if they're still being cautious. They're kind of hinting at a more supportive approach to regulations, especially when it comes to stablecoins.
So it's not just about tech people and early adopters anymore. Crypto's becoming too big for mainstream institutions and governments to ignore.
Right. We see huge investors putting money into Bitcoin now, seeing it as a real asset class. And even governments. Remember those rumors about the Trump administration? They're looking into holding Bitcoin too.
It's almost like Bitcoin is turning into this digital gold, like a safe haven in a crazy world.
That's a common idea, yeah. Bitcoin's scarcity, the fact that it's decentralized, and how it can withstand shocks to the traditional financial system, it all kind of makes sense.
It's pretty powerful when you think about it that way. But what about NFTs? We started this deep dive talking about ordinals. Where do they fit into all of this?
NFTs, they're still young. but they have so much potential. We're already seeing them used for all sorts of things: digital art, collectibles, even virtual real estate, and owning parts of physical assets.
But remember that Taproot Wizards story. It's still a wild market, prone to hype and price swings.
Any new market is going to be volatile, especially one as innovative as NFTs. But the technology is strong. As we find more uses for them and the market matures, we should see things become more stable and more people adopting NFTs.
So you think it's just a matter of time before NFTs really find their place and become a bigger part of the digital economy?
I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. Now, we can't forget about that Hyperliquid incident, that story about the whale trader. That was a little unsettling. Does that make you worry about the future of DeFi?
Yeah, it did make me think. It shows that even the most sophisticated systems can be broken by people who are smart enough to find the weaknesses.
The Hyperliquid thing, it was a wake-up call for DeFi. It showed just how important security and risk management are, and maybe even the need for more transparency and oversight. But it's important to remember that it was just one incident, not a sign that the whole system is broken.
So it's more like a learning experience for DeFi, a reminder to always be improving and staying ahead of the bad guys.
Right. What's great about DeFi is that it's open source. It can adapt and change.
Yeah.
This incident will probably lead to better platform design, smarter contracts, and stronger ways to reduce risk.
It's like a constant battle between the developers and the people trying to break the system.
That's a great way to put it. It's all about innovating and adapting, and that's what keeps the crypto space so interesting and exciting.
So where do we go from here? What's next for crypto? What should our listeners be keeping an eye on?
That's the big question, isn't it? But if these nifty new entries are anything to go by, we can expect to see continued growth, more institutions getting involved, and maybe even closer ties with traditional finance.
And hopefully more cool uses for NFTs, new DeFi platforms that push the limits, and maybe even some clear answers on those regulations that always seem to be hanging over our heads.
It's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure. And the best part is we're all on this ride together.
Absolutely. To all our listeners out there, stay curious, stay informed, and buckle up. The future of crypto is being shaped right now. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. See you next time.